If your weight is acting a fool when you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to do all the things right, it's not working right, I'm here to show you the 3 things that I see with my clients and the steps that I take with them to help them understand why the weight might not be moving in the right direction, or why the weight is moving in the right direction the wrong way. So buckle up. I'm going to go over 3 easy examples for you so that you can then take these and apply them to what you're doing right now. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Chris. I run the Trailblazer Fitness Academy, where I help people lose weight and keep it off long term. My mission is not to have you just lose as fast as possible. If you wanted to do that, you're in the wrong place here. My mission is to help you not only lose the weight, but keep it off forever, eliminating the problem once and for all. And so today I had a couple clients reach out to me, all of the same problem, which I'm like, man, that's pretty cool. Did a training for them, and I want to give a training for you to watching this. So if you like this, at the end of this, you're like, man, this was really helpful, please like and subscribe. I'm really trying to get to 100 people. I think it'd be really awesome, and I would be forever grateful so I can help expand my reach and help other people lose weight and keep it off long term with these free trainings. With that being said, let's dive into it. Okay, so the first example here you're going to see, oh gosh, it's really hard to see. See if I can zoom in on this. Okay, so here's what we're looking for. Is when I'm looking at foods, I think of 3 things. We're going to go over the first one. First one I'm looking at is in my program, and we have a 4-phase nutrition system, which is first phase is consistency. Second phase is restoration, getting rid of the gunk in our body that makes us retain water. The third one is transformation phase. The fourth one is maintenance. And so every single client that I go through that goes through my program that reaches the end, that reaches phase 4, has yet to gain the weight back, which is really phenomenal in a space where 97% of people gain it back within 6 years. Not cool. So with that being said, we're looking at this, and the first thing I'm looking for, sorry, let me see if I can zoom in to where I can see it. I might have to just nix myself here. Let me get rid of my, I'll see if I can move me. Okay, I might just have to keep moving me all over the place, or I'll just make me really, really small. I don't need to be seen. I ain't that special. Okay, so when I'm looking at these things here, I'm looking at, okay, we've got, I'm looking at the list of foods here, and all I'm counting is all the foods, and then of those foods, which ones are on the phase 2 food list. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 foods total. Now, of which, we're going to go down, I'm going to check. 1, 2, 3 foods. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3. So 3 out of, again, I forget, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 3 out of 11. Not very good. We want this bad boy to be above 60%. Now, if you're not above 60%, I'll tell you about why that is at the end of the video, why that might be okay. But we want to be roughly 60%. Right now, we're about 37%. So a little bit low from where we need to be. Actually, a little bit less than 30%. Whatever it is, it's not where we need it to be. Okay? So that would be a thing. Now, when we look at our targets, check this out. Targets here, 1550. 1525, close enough. Protein target needs to be 115. She doesn't have the paid version, which is fine. I don't have the paid version either. So she needs to be within 2. So she's within her targets here. So her calories are fine. But for weight went up one day, problem number 1 could be that not a lot of foods are on the phase 2 food list. Second thing I look for, sodium content. Right? When you have excess sodium in your body retains fluid. And if you're a female, like this person happens to be, it's going to cause some extra inflammation. So when we look here, sodium content needs to be roughly 2,300 milligrams. She's at 3,000 without including any seasonings that are on these foods, because guaranteed she's not just eating bland chicken breast. She's probably got some salt, some garlic salt, something on there, some seasoning to make it taste good. Same thing, I wouldn't say same thing in here, but with that for sure. And maybe it's not a lot, but it's more, which means this number is even higher than what it's actually showing. So, problem number 2. Second thing is sugar relative to carbohydrates. Now, sugar bad? No. But when you have extra sugar, meaning higher glycemic index carbohydrates, we're not going to get into what that means. When you have more of that stuff, it's going to cause you to have more water that gets pulled into the body and maintained there, which makes your weight go up faster than if you had the same amount of carbohydrates and less of the simple sugars that cause you to have more of a higher glycemic index carbohydrate, or higher insulin response, if you will. Okay. So we look to be under 50%. So 145 here, 43. So not bad at all. If the person's weight was not going in the right direction after this day or within the next 2 days, I could say you had a lot of foods that are not in phase 2 and you had a lot of sodium. Makes perfect sense. Let's go to the next one. Oops, let me zoom out. Oh gosh. Let's go to the next page. All right. So this one, zoom in again, and maybe you can see it the other way too. I don't know. Let's go do the same exact process. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 foods, of which, let's go, 1, 2, make sure, yep, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 out of 18. Pretty bomb. It's over 2/3, or roughly 2/3. So it's pretty good. I can dig it. I like actually just at 2/3. I dig it. That's really good. So check on the phase 2 situation. Targets, right where they need to be. So bomb there too. Really can dig it. Next one, sodium. Low, and that we can even account for some of them in here. And you're still probably where you need to be at. Maybe slightly above, but nothing that would be nuts. Let's look at sugar content. 65 out of 139. Almost a 50%, but you're under it, so you're good. So if somebody's weight ate this, if they ate this and their weight went up, what could I say to them that would be like, oh, this could be an explanation? Odds are stuff we shouldn't care about, so we don't care about, okay? We don't worry about stuff that we do not have control over. Sometimes you don't have control over your sleep. If you got kids like I do, and the kids wake up late, and the wife is doing it, or you're doing it, or both of you are doing it, or whatever it might be, that they're taking care of it, or you're taking care of the child at night, you're not getting good sleep, that can affect your weight, for sure. If you're not getting enough sleep, you might have stress too. You might be overly stressed for the day, which makes you retain fluid. You could be sore from a workout because you didn't recover well the next day. Or you're just getting back in the game and you're going to be sore. Guess what? That's what happens. So maybe it's that. Maybe it's stress. Maybe it's menstrual cycle. Maybe it's hormones. Maybe it's some medicine that you're taking. Maybe you're sick. I don't know. A bunch of that stuff, though, do we care about? No. So we keep it moving. Okay? We don't worry about that stuff because it's not important. What's important is, are we hitting our targets? Yes. In the grand scheme of things, if you keep doing it, will you get the result? Yes. When? When you need to, when it's appropriate. Next, let's go to the last one, then we'll get out of here. Zoom out. Here we are. Last one. Let's go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3. Let me get down here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 on here. Now out of 15, how many are on phase 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 15, about 50%. Not terrible, not terrible. That's okay. I'd give that like a B, so that's good. Next, let's look at sodium content. Sodium, 3,300. Dang, son, that's a lot. And again, that doesn't account for any seasoning you're putting on some of these meats. Now this obviously, check this out, that obviously has sodium in it because that's what they have in the deli. They put sodium on it so it stays preserved longer, which is fine. Again, not a bad thing. You're gonna live if you have some salt, God forbid. But if you're losing, your goal is to lose weight, and you're losing weight, but it's not, or you're losing fat and you're losing weight, but not at the rate that we think we should, here are some things that you can do to manipulate some of this water retention that you're going to be experiencing by eating foods that cause inflammation, extra sugar, and extra sodium. So targets, his targets, solid. Look at that. He has the premium version. If anything, he's slightly low in the fat, but God forbid. You know what I mean? God forbid. Next, carbohydrates to sugar. Check this out. Dang son. Almost all of the carbohydrates he's intaking is coming from a higher glycemic index carbohydrate. That could be a thing. Now, problem with fat loss? No, none at all. Problem with weight loss? Yeah, if you're going to trip and freak out over your weight not moving in the direction you want, you're going to want to control some of these things. But here's the bigger question. Here's the bigger overarching thing. Does it matter? As an example, you could eat solely phase 2 foods. That's something you could absolutely do. And you will lose weight probably at the speed in which you would like to. It would be a straight shot. But do you want to? Do you want to make the trade? Yes or no? And if the answer is no, then you can settle with the fact that regardless if you eat phase 2 foods or bonbons and beef jerky and other bullshit, will you get the same fat loss result? Yes. Yes, you will. So because of that, you go, I'm willing to make that trade. And so I also have to set the proper expectation of what's going to happen to fat as I do that. Now, if your expectation is I'm not willing to make the trade, but I expect the whole thing, then that's where we're running into delusion, and that's where you're experiencing pain. Is some things you're not willing to do. As an example, you absolutely could lose weight faster if you take meth. Do you want to do that? No, nor am I advocating for it, so don't do that. You could absolutely build muscle faster if you're willing to slam a whole bunch of test and D-ball and Winstrol in you. If you want to, but is it worth it to you? The answer might not be no, might be no, might be yes. And that's what's great, is that we have to just set the proper expectation for what we want. So for these guys, send them a message saying, hey, here's what's going on. Here's what it is. If you want to make some adjustments, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, look at your pictures, you look better. So do you. But if it's going to cause some pain, the bigger thing is, if it's going to mess up what you feel your progress is, as in, this week I lost no weight, and it's because I'm eating a whole lot of foods that are not on phase 2, that I know are causing inflammation for me, and it's making me retain a lot of water. But if I just eat phase 2 foods, I know, if I don't have these things, I know that I'm going to go off the deep end and I'm going to eat friggin' 8 Oreos, an entire pint of ice cream, and slam a couple beers tonight. I would much rather have some cheese and some bread and a protein shake, all of which are not on the phase 2 food list, so that I can stay in the fat loss game longer. And if that's the case for you, hey, I'm willing for you to make that trade too, and I think it's a really, really smart move. But sometimes it's I'm willing to make the trade to see the thing move faster. Let's run it too. Okay, with all that being said, that's all I got for you guys. Have a great freaking day. Kick some butt, take some names. If you found value in this, please comment below what you took away from this so that I know kind of what best to help you with. I want to make some stuff for you guys so you can be on here and you can learn and you can take some of the stuff that we're doing and apply it by yourself. I've got no secrets, team. I've got none. The reality is, though, some people need coaching, some people don't. If you're somebody who's I see this, I hear you, and it seems like it's super complicated and I would like some coaching, all you got to do is click the link down below, punch in your details. I'm going to read over your form. We'll hop on a phone call to see what the program might look like for you. Worst case is I'll point you in the right direction. Best case is we'll get you on board. We'll get you like this and this whole stack of other pictures I got to put up here that you might see in the next video if I remember to bring my stuff to my office to adjust the back. You might be the next one up there. Okay, with all that being said, have a great day. Kick some butt. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.